Hi, let me ask you 3 questions with regards to your current strategy planning process. First, how many people do you invite to your 1 day or 2 day on-site or off-site retreat? 20, 50, 100? Second, what's the total number of hours clocked for your pre and post planning sessions, including the 1 or 2 day sessions itself? Third, ROI. If you take the total number of hours clocked in plus the expenses against your business results year on year, how effective is your strategy planning process? Hi, I'm Teik. Thank you for pausing from your busyness to be with me, allowing me to share with you my language, strategy thinking, and plan to execute process. And I hope that with this language of mine, it will allow you to pause and rethink your options. Let's begin with the language. Strategy thinking is a leader's ability to visualize and articulate clearly the compelling future state. And it comes from a deep-seated dissatisfaction of the current state with 2 questions. So what? Why not? A compelling future state, to me, is a vision. And that vision has a 3-year time frame. So with a 3-year time frame and 3 strategy priorities, you should not need to have a visioning exercise every year during the period. Saves time. Strategy planning. Strategy planning is the management's role to plan, prioritize for resource allocation. It includes the anticipation of barriers, what's around the corner, to build into the 3 strategic priorities. And then you have to take the 30,000 feet vision down to ground level for execution. I call it a commit to execute plan, which is really the quarterly to weekly commits. So that's the language. Now I want to warn you of 3 assumptions that people make that are observed during the planning process. First assumption is that everybody can think strategically, and the answer is no. It is not intuitive. It takes structured hard work. Because we do not have an editing function between here to here. And so you need to rethink in terms of how many people in your organization actually can think strategically. Second, we invite lots of observers into the strategy planning process, hoping that them sitting in the 1 day to 2 days, they're going to get it. To me, that's osmosis, and humans don't get osmosis. Third, an annual planning process is never enough for excellence in execution. We need to translate the annual plan, the annual session, into ground level commits so that we can adjust to reality with a focus on the future. And I'll expand that more in the next section. All right, so now we've covered the language, rethinking in terms of strategic thinking versus strategic planning. We've covered the 3 assumptions you've got to be careful of. And now we're going to cover the process. Time to rethink. First, planning for planning's sake is never enough. Planning for planning's sake is not going to equate into excellence in execution. And so let me introduce to you my 4-part process that I call plan to execute or commit to execute. The 4 parts include thinking, planning, communicating, executing, and monitoring. Let me unpack those 4 parts. First, thinking. Thinking has 3 parts. Again, remember, no editing function from here to here. And so it's important that we question, we write, we dialogue, we vital few. Because through the reiterations, we will get clarity. And with clarity, we can move to the second part, which is the planning part. The planning part is fundamentally to anticipate barriers. what's around the corner. The planning part is the ability to translate high level 30,000 feet up down to ground level so that we're able to execute based on the quarterly to weekly commits. That moves us to the communication. So for communication, we have two parts. First part, clarity. Everyone needs to know specifically what are the priorities. What's the vital few? And the second part is the call to action. Every single individual contributor got to be able to feel that their personal contribution is going to meet the strategy priorities and fulfill the vision. Executing and monitoring as the last part, the fourth part. And for that, the key is rhythm of accountability. And the rhythm of accountability is not to groups, it's to individuals. And the way we hold them accountable is back again to my quarterly to weekly commits. So, language, careful assumptions. We now have the four-part plan to execute process. And with that, we're going to be able to optimize resources. We're going to have role clarity. And more importantly, is to commit to execute for repeatable, predictable results. Thank you for spending time with me. Thank you for allowing me to share with you my language. And I hope that with the sharing, you are able to pause and rethink your options. If you're interested in further details, please contact me at chin.teik@chinteik.com. Thank you. Be well.